Abandoned RVs in your neighborhood can be more than just an eyesore. Tonight, what's keeping the city of Spokane from removing them?
There's even warmer weather on the way for a beautiful Tuesday, but I am tracking some windy weather for midweek in the first alert forecast.
And the Spokane City Council is proposing an ordinance to protect the rights of the local LGBTQ community. Here are the controversial changes one city council member pushed for that would have weakened those protections. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dias. You see them often, junked and abandoned RVs crowding the streets in your neighborhood. And lately, the city of Spokane says it's seeing even more of them. Hunter Bertram is live, bringing us answers to what's keeping the city from removing them. Hunter.
Yeah, Derek, the city of Spokane says there are dozens of abandoned RVs in need of removal across Spokane. However, the city faces a big obstacle in doing so. Unlike abandoned cars, when RVs are taken away and dismantled, they don't really make any money, leaving towing companies to foot a big bill, also more reluctant in doing those types of removals.
The city of Spokane understands the urgency of the situation, and because so, we are trying to take steps to handle it locally and not have to rely so much on the state.
Luis Garcia is Spokane's Director of Code Enforcement. He says to remove a junked RV costs
several $1,000s per unit, and it's all going to vary. I mean, there's some that are going to be more expensive based on the size and the amount of solid waste that's present.
Because of those costs, in 2018, the state introduced a fee with RV registrations to help cover disposal costs, reimbursing towing companies for taking abandoned RVs and disposing them. But those funds have been on hold.
So we're waiting to see how the funding is going to be replenished.
Garcia says those reimbursement funds are pending legislative action. The state needs to release more money into the program so it can get running again. In the meantime, the city's working to change how it relies on the state's assistance.
So we're trying to not have ourselves kind of dug in the sand.
When the state's assistance has fallen short, the city council has approved funding for its own removal system. Currently, that program fund is exhausted, but the council will vote Monday night to add money to it.
So for the time being, until more money becomes available, some abandoned RVs in Spokane will be left as is. Now, the city still asks that you do report abandoned RVs to 311, as they will still continue to respond to those reports. Live in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. A heads up to drivers on North Division. Be prepared for some slowdowns traveling northbound while the city makes street repairs. Take a look here. Starting at 8 o'clock tonight, the northbound lanes near Magnesium will be reduced. Repairs are expected to last through Wednesday, the 16th. Well, this weekend, spring weather is extending its stay into the work week.
Let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how long our sunshine is going to stick around. Chris?
Very much like the weekend, but we added about 10 degrees to our temperatures today. Here's a live look over downtown Spokane right now, where the skies are clear. Our high temperatures today were in the mid-60s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 64 in Pullman, 63 in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, and 67 in Ritzville. Only Lewiston and the Tri-Cities getting into the 70s. Temperatures right now are still in the 60s and 71 in Lewiston. Most locations are in the 60s. We are going to be even warmer tomorrow. But first, a beautiful evening. 60 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll be cooling into the 40s by 11. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Chris. As the federal government rolls back LGBTQ plus protections, the Spokane City Council is proposing an ordinance to further safeguard the rights of our local LGBTQ plus community.
Marissa Rio joins us live from City Hall. And Marissa, you went to a meeting this afternoon where city council members debated this topic.
That's right, Derek and Kirsten. It's important to note that this proposed ordinance wouldn't add anything new that the city doesn't already do. Rather, it would explicitly affirm the rights our LGBTQ plus community has here in Spokane. City council members held a agenda review meeting this afternoon and debated what protections should be included in this proposed ordinance. Councilmember Paul Dillon's proposals would affirm the rights of individuals to seek gender-affirming care, maintain an LGBTQ plus liaison officer within the police department that collaborates with the LGBTQ+ community, and more. Councilmember Jonathan Bingle also proposed amendments including restricting City of Spokane-owned restrooms by the sex someone is assigned to at birth and banning transgender women and girls from participating in women's sports at city-sponsored sports events.
These proposed amendments are blatant attacks from the far right to distract us from the real concerns of Spokanites and people in our community. That's the high cost of living, our safe streets, our safe neighborhoods, our parks, and climate change, not these manufactured culture wars.
Councilmember Bingle defended his proposals.
I didn't realize that saying that only girls should play in sports, in girls sports, was an attack from the far right. I think that you would find that many people who do not consider themselves far right, center even, would agree with that.
Councilman Bingle's proposed amendments were not adopted, but Councilman Dillon's were. The City Council is expected to hold a formal first reading of this proposed ordinance at next week's City Council meeting on Monday, April 21st. Live from City Hall, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. Spokane's volunteer-led safety group, known as COPS, is expected to enter a new contract with the city after months of uncertainty. COPS used to receive nearly $500,000 annually. This new contract would only award them $200,000 over the next few years. COPS Executive Director Jeff Johnson says this money will pay for 2 new services. The first is called cocooning. Volunteers will patrol an area after a crime is committed to prevent more crime. The other service will help business owners with external lighting and pruned trees or bushes to improve safety. The city said COPS missed out on $120,000 of funding because during the application process, it did not provide a meaningful response to a core purpose of the contract, which was to enhance engagement with historically marginalized communities.
A little surprising because our shops are in marginalized neighborhoods right now. And so that was a bit of a head scratcher to me because we feel that we serve the marginalized neighborhoods right now.
A city official said they are looking for more than just a presence in marginalized communities. They expect more outreach. That $120,000 will now go up for a bid to a different organization. The contract with COPS still needs to be finalized and approved by City Council, which the city hopes will happen by the end of the week.
Well, surveillance cameras in Southern California captured the moment a 5.2 magnitude earthquake rocks San Diego County.
The strong jolts felt as far north as Los Angeles. Hear from witnesses who felt them coming up.
And a new Chick-fil-A is planned for Spokane. After the break, we'll show you what's new at the project, and you'll hear from the man whose home will change if it goes through.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. 4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1. Or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza.
It's the best in the Northwest.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Well, if you're a fan of Chick-fil-A, you are in luck as plans for opening a new one are moving along.
This would be the second Chick-fil-A in Spokane. It would be off of Ruby Street between Mission and Cinto Avenue, a few blocks north of Gonzaga. But some are concerned about how this could impact nearby traffic. Madeline Mullins has the story.
2 drive-through lanes, 26 parking spots, and all the chicken you could ask for.
I always love new businesses opening.
The excitement is building for a new Chick-fil-A location to come to town.
I think it's going to be good for the neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of students there who are going to need some places that they can eat, and I think Chick-fil-A will do that for a lot of them.
Building plans for the fast food chain include knocking down these empty houses and taking over part of the Mission Cinto alleyway, closing one of the exits. But not everybody is excited about this Chick-fil-A. One man whose property backs up onto this alleyway tells me that it's going to be difficult for garbage and delivery trucks who use this as an access point. That neighbor did not want to go on camera, but he told 4 News Now his tenants rely on trucks being able to drive through this alleyway, some of his tenants considering moving. He says if the city decides to vacate this alleyway, he is prepared to sue.
You know, we vacate alleys quite often, you know, for a bunch of different reasons. Will it be different? Yes, but I don't think it'll necessarily be tricky.
And it's not just the alleyway that is raising concern. So is the potential impact on surrounding streets.
Even during COVID, when the first one opened up in my district up by Highway 2, you know, the lines were long, right? And so they're getting enough space on there to where when you know, the interest has sort of died down once everybody's had their Chick-fil-A fix, you know, then that is not going to be something that is perpetually bothering traffic.
The City Council is hearing public comment on this at their meeting Monday night and will be voting on whether or not to vacate the alleyway in the coming weeks. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
And 4 News Now is keeping a close eye on the Spokane City Council meeting happening right now.
Yeah, we'll continue this coverage for you tonight on Nightside starting at 11 o'clock. Well, if you still have to file your taxes, don't let paying for tax prep hold you back. Whether you're getting them done today, tomorrow, or you filed for an extension, you may be eligible to file for free and get some free assistance. The IRS now also offers direct file in 25 states. That's a free tax software developed by the IRS itself. This is in addition to well-known tax software companies like TurboTax and H&R Block that have free services depending on your income. Free expert help is available as well.
VITA stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. And these are people who are volunteers, but they are IRS trained, IRS certified, and use IRS vetted software to prepare your taxes.
Applying for an extension to give yourself more time is also free and easy through the IRS Free File program. But if you owe taxes, you'll want to make an estimated payment now to avoid interest and fees.
Well, many Americans are worried about the U.S. job market. According to a survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, 44% say they believe the national unemployment rate will rise next year. That is the highest response to that question since April of 2020, shortly after the COVID-19 pandemic emerged. Nearly 16% of those polled also say they have concerns about their own jobs.
Businesses can react, but they need to have some level of certainty of some stability. And, you know, over the last week or the last couple of months, that stability hasn't been there.
The CEO of a local manufacturing company says expanding its facilities in the U.S. could bring jobs to Spokane. But he also says there are certain types of products that make more sense to build overseas. You'll hear more from Keytronic CEO tonight at 6:30.
Your Tuesday forecast will start the day off in the upper 30s, crystal clear skies, a few more clouds in the afternoon, partly sunny, but a high temperature of 70 degrees. 56 is our average high. This is just a one-day peak of our temperatures. Breezy conditions on the way for Wednesday. I'll have that after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Passport.
Build Heating and AC is making it easier than ever to stay comfortable at home. For a limited time, get a full system heating and cooling tune-up for only $59. And as an added bonus, new customers will also receive a free smart thermostat. So stay comfortable, save money, and gain 24/7 monitoring and control of your home's comfort by calling 208-777-5528 and scheduling your $59 tune-up today. That's 208-777-5528.
What if you could get brand new windows, entry doors, or patio doors now and pay nothing for 18 months? That's right. Pay nothing until October 2026. No money down, no payments, and no interest. Zero, zilch, nada. Don't wait. Your home deserves this upgrade, and your wallet will thank you. This deal is here for a limited time only. Call Renewal by Andersen today and get 20% off your entire project.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them Thursday, April 17th. Go to KXLY.com for a list of STCU locations.
Regain your quality of life with expert spine care at Prosser Memorial Health. Neurological spine surgeon Dr. David Yam, with over 20 years of experience, specializes in comprehensive spine care, minimally invasive surgery, and disc replacement. Dr. Yam is now seeing patients at our new Spine Center locations in Prosser and Walla Walla. Call 509-786-5599 today to schedule your appointment. New, returning, and second opinion patients welcome. The new Spine Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Well, get ready to lace up your running shoes. Bloomsday is almost here. The 12K through the Lilac City is 3 weekends away, but the deadline to register in time to get your name on your race bib is tomorrow. This year, the race is May 4th. You will be able to register all the way up until the day before, but you'll just have a plain bib. Boring.
Yeah, and how are you going to prove that you ran that, 12K if it doesn't have your name on it? Just show everybody.
Then they also yell, Chris, are you okay? Chris?
As your face progressively gets redder and redder. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. Well, good Bloomsday training weather in the forecast. Let's take a look at 4 things to know. It is going to be sunny and warm on Tuesday. Really beautiful day. Winds pick up on Wednesday, and our temperatures drop, but they'll be back down around average, staying dry through the forecast, most of the forecast, and it looks like a really nice Easter weekend so far. So good. Tuesday's high temperatures, a lot of 70s on the map, including in Spokane, 76 in Lewiston, 73 for Omak and Grand Coulee, in the 60s from Pullman up through Bonners Ferry, also in Colville, staying in the 60s. And we have some 60s right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro area, but in the 70s in Meade, 9 Mile, Spokane Valley, downtown Spokane, 73 degrees. Cool spot on the map, Spirit Lake at 66, all above average. We're going to cool down as we head into Thursday. A cold front coming through on Wednesday is going to pick up our winds coming out of the north. That's going to bring some cooler air for Thursday, but this white line right here is our average high, and we'll be at average, if not above, through at least the weekend. And then indications are we we may have some cooler weather on the way in the 8 to 14-day forecast. I'll talk more about that in the next half hour. In the short term, high pressure is in control over the region, keeping the clouds away, keeping the warm weather going. But I'm watching this little drop in our jet stream coming in for Wednesday. That's going to drop those temperatures and bring those northerly winds, particularly through the Okanagan area. And that has some concern about fire danger, particularly in the Columbia Basin. And we don't normally think about April as being fire season, but there's a lot of dry grass left over from last year. And with these gusty winds and low relative humidity, really any month can be fire month in the inland Northwest. The winds Wednesday, 30-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane with sustained winds up to 20 miles per hour. It'll be a little bit breezy Thursday, but really Wednesday is the day we're going to be watching those winds and even higher gusts the further east you go into central Washington. Gusty winds Wednesday, a little bit cooler, but look at all the sunshine. Even with these changes in our temperatures, there's not going to be a lot of change in our sky cover. Bright blue skies through at least Easter, and then we might bring back the chance of showers on Monday. Good looking weekend and overnight lows through the forecast staying above freezing. Not that you would plant, because we do that later in May. Derek?
After Mother's Day, right?
Yes.
All right, a 5.2 magnitude earthquake striking Southern California today. The epicenter in San Diego County, rattling parts of Los Angeles and Orange counties.
Yeah, there have been aftershocks. People in San Diego describing how violent they felt this shaking, saying they felt like someone was shaking the ground from under them. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest from Los Angeles.
Surveillance cameras capturing the shaking. A preliminary magnitude 5.2 earthquake striking San Diego County, sending strong jolts across Southern California. The epicenter near the mountain town of Julian, east of San Diego, rattling homes across San Diego County.
I'm here at Albertsons. There was just an earthquake, so we were all evacuated. So I was in the middle of shopping and oh my God.
This baby sound asleep, then woken by the shaking. Caltrans putting out this picture of fallen rocks on a roadway. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department said it received no immediate reports of damage or injuries, but many people reporting feeling strong shaking all across Southern California.
It started making funny noises and everything was moving. It rocked for a long time.
The quake felt as north as Los Angeles, including here at the ABC News Bureau, where you can see people taking cover under their desks. Seismologists say there was a foreshock measuring 3.3 yesterday, and the area may have benefited because today's quake was so far down in the earth, about 8 miles down.
There shouldn't be structural damage. If there is, it's in a pretty bad building. There would be things displaced off of cells.
In Orange County, along the coast, the Metrolink commuter rail shutting down precautionarily for inspections due to the earthquake. I spoke with Laura Acevedo, a reporter at ABC affiliate KGTV in San Diego, who said desks and TVs in their newsroom were shaking. Acevedo grew up in LA and says this is one of the 2 worst quakes she's ever felt. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
If you've lived in Southern California at all, you've probably felt one of those. Well, smartphones and laptops get a temporary pass from new China tariffs.
When we come back, the administration's shifting strategy and why some receipts now include a new tariff surcharge.
And a tense debate in Olympia continues over changes to the parents' rights in education. We'll fill you in on what's been discussed so far right after this break. You're watching 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6,000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6,000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate based on current utility rebates. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVey Brothers, we're always working for you.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Get real results. Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver.
I came upon Russell & Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell & Hill.
Russell & Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Then what about the moment when you actually realize that you're not here by accident? That there is a God that really loves you so much that sent his son on a rescue mission for you.
This is something special.
We're going to do this.
On the other side of temporary pain, you meet your other self.
God is setting you up to be blown away.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
4 News Now is brought to you by Satay Bistro.
Welcome back. The Washington State House is currently debating changes to the Parents' Rights in Education passed by Initiative 2081 last year.
Yeah, the tense debate started late this morning and is right in the process of wrapping up now. As we previously reported, Senate Bill 5181 has been a hot-button issue this legislative session. In particular, it excludes student health and medical records as education records parents have a right to request and review. And it also removes provisions requiring parental notice when a child gets non-emergency medical services or treatment at school.
Democrats in support of the bill argue last year's Parents' Rights Initiative created conflicts with protections for student medical records already established in state law. Republicans in opposition believe the bill allows the state to drive a wedge between parents and their students. The group that pushed last year's initiative has come out in strong opposition to the bill and has already filed an initiative to repeal the legislation if it gets into law. We'll have a vote total and reaction from legislators coming up later tonight. The federal government has denied the state of Washington's request for major disaster relief. This was for the storms that impacted the west side in November. Some of the damage is pictured here on your screen. Several counties suffered damage, including King and Snohomish counties. The bomb cyclone caused landslides, severe storms, and flooding with an estimated $34 million in damage. On Friday, FEMA announced former Governor Jay Inslee's request did not meet the necessary requirements under the Stafford Act, which authorizes FEMA to provide aid. Current Governor Bob Ferguson refutes FEMA's decision, saying the application did meet all the necessary criteria and the state will be appealing.
Well, Black women are joining forces here in Spokane, calling attention to the health risks they face throughout pregnancy and motherhood. The Spokane Regional Health District reports that Black women are more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications than women of any other race. 2 major factors contributing to this issue are a lack of support and poor communication between healthcare facilities or units, which leads to fragmented care.
We are all community. We are all here to fight for the human right to be alive and, most importantly, give birth unapologetically in joy.
Stephanie Courtney is the CEO and executive director of the Shades of Motherhood Network. She is working to change the way Black women receive health care and support throughout their pregnancies. This week, there are more events to recognize Black maternal health. You can find those events right now on KXLY.com.
All right, when we come back, a Spokane-based tech manufacturer is expanding its facilities in the U.S.
The CEO says he supports the Trump administration's plan to bring manufacturing back to the U.S., but he argues that certain types of products should be made overseas. More on that right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's Credit Union.
Now that's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
Dupixent can help people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. And this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Does your home need a new fence? Or maybe you'd like an automated gate? Well, right now is the perfect time to call the pros at Northwest Fence to get big springtime savings on all your fencing needs. For 43 years, nobody builds them better.
Next DT.
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
Michael B. Jordan, Double the Trouble. His sinful new collab with Ryan Coogler.
I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah. Next, DT.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, Cameron Matheson shares his family's journey 3 months after losing his home to the devastating LA fires. Tomorrow morning, Cameron Matheson live on ABC's Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Spokane-based manufacturing company Keytronic hopes expanding its manufacturing in the U.S. will bring more jobs to Spokane.
But its CEO believes there are some products that should still be made overseas despite the Trump administration's looming tariffs. Derek Strom went to Keytronic's corporate headquarters to learn more.
To our customers, it says, where does it make the most sense to build your product?
Keytronic has been headquartered in Spokane for over 50 years, and it has manufacturing facilities across the globe. But with the Trump administration pushing for more manufacturing to come back to the U.S., Keytronic is expanding its facility in Arkansas. CEO Brett Larson hopes that will bring jobs to its corporate office, too.
You know, whether it be program management, sourcing, logistics, engineering, accounting, IT, all of those things as well will grow here in Spokane.
Keytronic contracts with many companies in different industries to help build all kinds of products. Keytronic also has manufacturing plants in Mexico and China, among others.
There's been a lot of geopolitical tension between us and China and you know, logistics issues and all sorts of different types of things where people have rethought maybe we need to near source.
Expanding its Arkansas facility will up Keytronic's U.S. manufacturing capacity by about 40%. Larson is focused on minimizing the impact of any potential tariff on foreign products.
You're in some athletic event, you're in the game, and the rules are changing as you are actually playing. And in fact, those rules are changing so dramatically and so quickly that the refs can't even keep up.
Even though there is a big push to manufacture more products here in the United States, Keytronic's CEO believes there are still good reasons to manufacture certain types of products overseas.
There are certain manufacturing and in fact certain parts that honestly will always be built better in a different location other than the U.S. And why wouldn't we take advantage of that?
In Spokane Valley, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
And even with the president's tech tariff reversal, China is not backing down in the trade war, announcing it will halt exports of magnets critical to the assembly of American cars and other electronics, from drones to robots.
Over the weekend, the president announced smartphones, laptops, and other electronics would be exempt from his latest round of tariffs, but only temporarily. According to the Census Bureau, those currently exempted tech products accounted for about $100 billion, or 23% of U.S. imports from China last year. The White House now focusing on semiconductors, which are used to make everything from smartphones to cars.
We need to have semiconductors, we need to have chips, and we need to have flat panels. We need to have these things made in America.
But while some tech is exempt for now, other items like clothes, toys, and shoes are not. And American consumers are starting to see something new show up on some of their receipts: a tariff surcharge. Democrats say the president's tariff strategy is only sparking more confusion.
There is no tariff policy. It's just all chaos and corruption.
While Trump has paused many of his proposed tariffs, the White House says they'll revisit them in the coming months.
A group of small businesses are fighting back against the president's tariff authority. The lawsuit from the group argues the tariffs are illegal under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which only grants the president authority to impose emergency economic powers in response to a threat. The 5 small businesses claim they've been severely harmed by the tariffs. The White House has not responded. Well, the inland Northwest is enjoying one of the nicest stretches of weather we've had all year.
But we know that winds are on the way later this week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker has what you need to stay prepared.
Well, it is on the way for Wednesday, an uptick in our winds. In the short term, though, it's going to be a sunny, warm Tuesday. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Breezy midweek. We are going to be staying dry through the weekend, and it is going to be a nice Easter weekend on the way. Hour by hour, your Tuesday forecast. 41 degrees at 7 o'clock. Light winds through the morning. Will already be in the mid-50s by 10 a.m. By noon, we are going to be close to 60 degrees with blue skies and sunshine. Winds pick up a little bit in the afternoon, but stay under 10 miles per hour. High temperature of 70 degrees is almost 15 degrees above average. I'll be back to tell you about that wind on the way and have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, Chris, thank you. New details now on the alleged arson attack that happened last night at the home of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Police arrested 38-year-old Corey Balmer of Harrisburg, who confessed he had plans to attack the governor. Take a look at these new images showing the damage left behind after the alleged arsonist broke in and started a fire on the first night of Passover at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News Balmer has expressed disdain for Democrats.
This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. And I don't give a damn if it's coming from one particular side or the other.
Balmer charged with aggravated arson, attempted murder, and terrorism. Law enforcement sources say they're also working to determine if Shapiro's Jewish faith may have been a motivating factor. They are also not ruling out potential mental health issues.
Well, pop star Katy Perry and journalist Gayle King were among the 6 women who blasted into space Monday morning aboard Blue Origin's new Shepard capsule. This trip made history with the first all-female flight crew in space in over 60 years. The NS-31 mission is just the latest in the growing trend of commercial space flights. But as more non-astronauts venture into space now, doctors want to know how this kind of travel affects the human body.
In the past, basically, it was only very highly trained, extremely fit, astronaut who went up to space. But now, with commercial spaceflight, there's a lot more diversity in terms of age and gender and fitness.
This morning's group was only in space for a few minutes, but they could still face side effects like nausea, dizziness, or disorientation. All right, just 8 days after UConn won the women's basketball national championship, their star players drafted first overall into the WNBA.
Yeah, the Dallas Wings selected Paige Beckers today, which didn't come as much of a surprise, Sydney.
And for those of us who had the honor to watch her play in the Spokane Arena during UConn's tournament run a few weeks ago, it's a pretty self-explanatory first pick. But the Seattle Storm had the second overall pick. I'll tell you more about their newest Playmaker, plus why one Washington State football player says the new staff feels like a breath of fresh air. That's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
Looking for a car that feels brand new without the new car price? At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have what you need. Our certified used vehicles go through a 160-point inspection, backed by a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Plus, every certified vehicle comes with roadside assistance, so you can drive with confidence. Find your perfect vehicle today and shop quality, reliability, and savings, all in one place.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. Our digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice, relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
For over 18 years, Brothers Flooring has treated our customers like family. From big bear hugs to great deals on flooring, we have always gone the extra mile to make our neighbors' homes better. At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Warning about phone calls in which the scammer is posing as law enforcement.
The information you need.
We'll continue to keep you updated.
Breaking news.
Level 3 immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today as we are in between weather systems.
Fresh and informative coverage.
This is the stretch of this area that you can expect delays.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The Spokane Chiefs took Game 1 against the Victoria Royals last night, but the win didn't come easy. Welcome into sports. I'm Sydney Berger. The Chiefs and Royals forced a gritty game into 5 periods before Spokane finally came up with the golden goal. The Chiefs took advantage of the power play, and Rasmus Ekstrom closed out the double overtime with that game-sealing goal. Cameron Parr, Sam Aremba, and Andrew Cristall each logged a score in the first game against a very physical Victoria team. It's the 3rd time in history these two have met in the postseason, Spokane losing those 2 previous series. The Chiefs are looking to change their fate and trying to get off with a 2-game lead. Puck drop for the second one of this series is at 7:05, and I'll show you the top plays of this game tonight on 4 News Now Nightside.
With the first pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Dallas Wings select Paige Bueckers, University of Connecticut.
The WNBA draft is underway tonight, and just 8 days after Paige Bueckers and UConn won the national championship, Bueckers is unsurprisingly selected first overall by the Dallas Wings. The Seattle Storm had the 2nd pick of the draft. They selected 19-year-old Dominique Malunga, a 6'6" center from France. She helped her home country earn the silver medal in the Paris Olympics last year and also became the first player to dunk in a Euro Cup game. She averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds per game last season overseas. Cougar football wrapped up spring camp this weekend with the Crimson and Gray Showcase in Pullman. The afternoon consisted of game-like scenarios and live drills, but the players also say they've been using the spring to get closer with their new teammates and new staff. The Cougs say big adjustments have been nothing but positive and highlight how great the new coaching staff has been.
How different compared to the old staff? I mean, it's just really refreshing, to be honest with you. I mean, I've never had so many coaches come up to me and like shake my hand initially, and you know, especially coming like being a walk-on, you don't really get that. I just really appreciate their genuineness, and it just makes me want to be the best football player I can for them, especially Coach Rogers.
Well, fall camp will start up near the end of the summer, and countdown to their season opener begins now. 138 days to be exact until their game against the Idaho Vandals. The Mariners are coming off a homestand weekend sweep against the Texas Rangers. Early last week, Seattle was just a 3-win team. They're now an 8-win team, with 7 of those wins against a divisional opponent. Pitcher Logan Gilbert says even though it's early in the season, riding the momentum and earning a series sweep is big for this team right now.
Everybody's just kind of passing it off to the next guy. Starter's doing well, bullpen's killing it, finding ways to get runs when we need it, big home runs when we need it. So just everybody doing their part.
The pieces are falling into place for the M's right now. They look to continue their upward climb with a road trip to Cincinnati. That first game against the Reds is tomorrow at 3:45. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
High temperatures across the region today, well above average and warmer than the weekend. We were in the 60s in most locations, even the 70s in Lewiston. It's going to be warmer tomorrow. I'll have your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Shop DaveSmith.com.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them Thursday, April 17th. Go to KXLY.com for a list of STCU locations.
Tonight, it's night 2 of American Idol at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa. Drop the mic. Josh Groban mentors and performs, and the remaining top 24 sing for your vote.
You're incredible.
American Idol, new tonight on ABC.
So you've been thinking about upgrading your air conditioner for a while now. But with tariffs right around the corner, that waiting could cost you big time. Fortunately, Bill's Heating and AC planned ahead and stocked our warehouse full of pre-tariff air conditioners. Same comfort, same quality, without the coming price hike. But this equipment won't last long, so don't wait until prices go up. Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing and our lowest price guarantee. Call Bill's Heating and AC today and lock in comfort before comfort costs more.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza. 4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
All right, we're back with some breaking news. We just learned the Spokane City Council has voted to move forward with building that new Chick-fil-A.
That's right. It passed 5-1 with one member absent. The Mission Cinto alleyway will be vacated in the next coming weeks. So this is going to be off of Ruby Street between Mission and Cinto. It's a few blocks north of Gonzaga. We have heard some concerns about how this would impact traffic nearby. You can read more on those on KXLY.com.
All right, this now is a live look outside at our studio here in downtown Spokane. The sun is setting on another beautiful day. If this weather has put you in the spirit of spring cleaning, you should consider donating to the 4 News Now Spring Closet Cleanout Drive, which is happening this week.
And hey, what's wrong with spring cleaning, right? This is a good thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks, Chris. For one day only, you can donate your new or gently used coats at one of 5 STCU locations in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. These coats will be cleaned and distributed to Chris, or to kids and Chris.
I'll take them.
She's going to help help us out with our yearly distribution in the winter. You can see that list of locations on KXLY.com.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that, you know, maybe you thought about donating, you couldn't find that code, or you're just too late to get it in, so here's your next chance.
Absolutely. This was a program that we kicked off after many years of people requesting it.
Yeah.
So ask and we'll do that. And I'll be out at the STCU on Argonne if you want to come say hi and bring me some coats that don't have to be used. I'll take new ones. Let's take a look at live conditions right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It is just a beautiful evening, a little bit warmer today. You probably noticed 64 right now in Spokane with clear skies. It is a gorgeous evening in Coeur d'Alene, and 63. Our high today in Spokane, 65. Our average high, 56 degrees. Started off a little bit cool at 34. Our sunset isn't until 7:39. Still 50 minutes to enjoy this beautiful weather. Tomorrow it is going to be even warmer. We're going to make a run at 70 degrees, keeping the sunshine, the light winds, and then a system comes in on Wednesday that's going to start dropping our temperatures, picking up our winds on Wednesday. We're back up into the mid-60s Friday and Saturday, and then back down again as we head into next week, below average. Talking about those winds on Wednesday, 30-mile-per-hour gusts with 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds. The main concern with these winds is going to be the fire danger. We still have some very dry brush, low relative humidity, and 30-mile-per-hour winds, certainly enough to drive any wildfires with that dry brush left over from last year. April is our windiest month in the inland Northwest, so these breezy days are in keeping with the climatology. We also had a breezy March. That's our second windiest month. The concern, as I mentioned, about fire danger takes us into the above normal for fire danger for Wednesday in Spokane, but we are going to see higher gusts and lower relative humidities in the Columbia Basin, in central Washington. Grand Coulee, for example, is into the extreme level of fire danger for Wednesday. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on things as those winds pick up. Temperatures in our 8 to 14-day forecast, as I showed you toward the tail end of our temperature trend, things start to dip a little bit, and the extended 8 to 14-day outlook, April 22nd through the 28th, shows us in the blue, so trending toward more below average temperatures. Precipitation-wise, we are sandwiched in between a slight chance of above average temperature or precipitation and a slight chance of below average precipitation in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, so probably just about average. No precipitation in the 7-day forecast, a whole lot of sunshine, those gusty winds on Wednesday, and right now looks like a beautiful Easter weekend that's still several days away. We'll keep you updated. Know there's a lot of outdoor plans this weekend, and we've got you covered on KXLY.com and right here on 4 News Now. Kirsten?
I see that little bunny peeking out behind the egg. Thank you, Chris. Hey, if it seems like your kids are always on their phones, they're not alone. 77% of high schoolers reported frequent daily social media use in a 2023 national survey by the CDC. But experts say using these apps too much can be harmful to children and teens. Most experts recommend waiting until a child is in 8th grade before allowing social media because it can impact young kids' mental health and their safety.
There's wonderful resources out there that can have questions that you might not think of to ask kids specifically about their internet usage and what they do online.
Once your child does have these apps, Hurley, who you just heard from, says parents play a big role in safety. She recommends monitoring your child's interactions online, talk to them regularly about their experiences, and set clear rules and limits for social media use.
A new study has found technology use may be associated with a lower risk for dementia, contrary to previous belief. Previous studies on the digital dementia hypothesis argued using tech too much may create a reliance on technology and thereby weaken cognitive abilities over time. But the new analysis on older adults found their use was associated with a 42% lower risk of cognitive impairment like dementia. The study may support a different theory that exposure to complex mental activities leads to better cognitive well-being in older age. But the authors warn these findings are not a blanket endorsement for mindless scrolling online. Well, Meta's federal antitrust trial kicked off Monday in Washington, D.C., with CEO Mark Zuckerberg taking the stand.
The FTC is accusing Meta of illegally building a social networking monopoly through its acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. The FTC initially filed the lawsuit in December of 2020. It was thrown out 6 months later. However, the agency was allowed to amend and refile its case months after it was dismissed. There will not be a jury, which means the judge will be issuing the final ruling. If he rules against Meta, the company could be forced to sell Instagram and WhatsApp. And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
Residential Home Solutions is excited to announce our Win 25 and 25. This spring, you have a chance to win $25,000 in new windows and entry doors installed by our truly local company. To qualify, you must meet the following: be a homeowner and live in our region. No purchase is necessary to enter, and we provide free estimates to show what you could win. Go to residentialhs.com to enter or call 509-892-6460. Win 25 and 25 with Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements, custom fit for life.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
For over 18 years, Brothers Flooring has treated our customers like family. From big bear hugs to great deals on flooring, we have always gone the extra mile to make our neighbors' homes better. At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cal Cars in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the deadline to file your taxes is tomorrow. And if you got a refund or you're currently waiting for one, we'll have the tips on the best ways to spend that money and what common mistakes people make that you should avoid. That's tonight at 11.
Beautiful day tomorrow, a high temperature of 70 degrees with light winds. Winds pick up on Wednesday, gusts to 30 miles per hour, and a little bit breezy Thursday. But good looking Easter weekend considering We've been snowed on Easter, grappled on, pouring rain. I'll take that Easter weekend forecast.
For sure.
Agreed. And speaking of Easter, dyeing eggs may look a little different this year because of some record high prices. So some products are stepping in to replace the old tradition, like Jet Puffed Marshmallows, releasing this color dyeing kit just in time for Sunday. It comes with a bag of extra large marshmallows, 6 colors, miniature tongs for dipping, and decorating pens for designs. The kit is being sold for about $2 on Walmart's website. I have to say, I would do it.
That's kind of cute. You can just do the plastic eggs, though, right? Because all the kids want is the candy inside.
That's a good point. Just get the candy.